Please welcome Congressman Weather.
Howdy. Well, I got to get y'all some Texas stuff. Howdy. There we go. Man, I tell you what, this is the best crowd ever. And you know what that says? The movement is growing. How about that? You betcha. 222 co-sponsors. With me, it's 223. Now, in Texas, that's a deer rifle. 223, just so y'all know, okay? Well, listen, it's great to be with y'all to celebrate this incredible milestone. And guess what? 223 of us, we ain't done yet. We're going to get more co-sponsors. You bet. You betcha. That's a majority and a bipartisan majority, too, so we're so excited about that. Really, this is an incredibly powerful testament to the commitment, to the collective commitment of y'all and Congress standing up against tyranny and saying, look, we support the brave people of Iran. We've had enough. Have y'all had enough? We've had enough. We're going to keep fighting with them, fighting with y'all for their freedom. Today, I want to address the hypocrisy of the Iranian regime, led by men who wrap themselves in the vestments of God, claiming to be the religious leaders of an Islamic republic. Nothing could be further than the truth. Can I get a witness? Y'all agree? Come on, I got to get y'all lined up here. These tyrants' actions say otherwise. They're frauds, they're fakes, they're murderers, they're killers. Other than that, they're pretty good people, I guess. I mean, it's sad. It's not a joke, but it's so sad. It's so stupid. In reality, they perpetuate a regime of terror and oppression, systematically violating human rights, executing political dissidents, and suppressing ethnic and religious minorities. That doesn't sound like it's very godlike to me. How about to y'all? No way. They're frauds. The Iranian regime has proven time and time again that their righteous smokescreen is nothing but that, a smokescreen. They support extremist proxy groups. They orchestrate terror attacks. They use hostage diplomacy as tools of their violent agenda. Their so-called divine mission is a cover for their self-serving pursuit of power and absolute control. Got to be stopped. All of this in complete disregard for the values that they purport to uphold, which is a joke. We are not fooled. I'm not fooled by their false claims of piety, are y'all? No way, no way. And we want the world to not be fooled by their false claims of piety. We must support the Iranian people in their quest for a free and democratic Iran and hold the regime accountable for its egregious hypocrisy and all the violations. You know them all: murder, torture, imprisonment. Unbelievably. It is high past time for us to stand firmly for justice, for freedom, and human dignity, and that means for the people of Iran. So, now come on, y'all are cutting into my time here. They said 5 minutes. I'm probably going to go. Y'all okay if I go over 5 minutes? Okay, all right. Together here in Congress, we are championing the cause of a free Iran, and we absolutely reject the tyranny that masquerades as some kind of divine authority. Nothing could be further than the truth. Let's talk about House Resolution 1148 for just a second. I want to lay out a few things that our resolution does. And by the way, when I say our resolution, that means y'all's and Congress's too, because y'all have been instrumental in helping with it. So give yourselves a hand, would you? First off, our resolution would unequivocally condemn the Iranian regime's actions in the Middle East, particularly those leading up to and especially since October 7th, 2023. I mean, this is unbelievable. It cannot be allowed to go on. Next, we call for the Iranian regime, holding the Iranian regime accountable for its actions through the continued imposition of sanctions. We've got to get sanctions back on Iran, hold them accountable, and shut down the money they're using to export terrorism. You bet. And more specifically, our resolution supports the 10-point plan for the future of Iran, put forth by the resistance, of course. Please, and by the way, y'all please join me in giving Maryam Rajavi a hand. Would y'all please join me in that? She's been an outstanding leader, especially in developing that 10-point plan. As y'all follow her, we're following and we're watching with a lot of anticipation to see we got to get this done sooner rather than later. Furthermore, not only do we want to do that, but we want the free world to recognize that the people of Iran have been stripped of all their fundamental rights and passed for political change. And I would even say this, what they do to some of the women, some of the guys, some of the women is unbelievable, barbarian. It is unbelievable. They need to be held accountable. They need to be driven, in Texas we say driven out of town on a rail. They need to be imprisoned. They need to be held accountable for all the, I'd call them war crimes that they're doing. It's exactly what we need to do. So within the framework of international law and the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, your resolution, our resolution, calls upon the world to recognize the rights of the Iranian people, the rights of the protesters, and the resistant units to confront the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, IRGC, and other repressive forces to bring about change. If we can get those repressive forces, especially the Guard, if we can get them minimalized, we can start to bring about change. Lastly, your resolution, our resolution, and perhaps most importantly, we recognize the rights of the Iranian people and their struggle to establish a democratic, a secular, and a non-nuclear Republic of Iran. You bet. So let's, pardon me, excuse me, let's be clear. When it comes to the truly religious, I know that there are peace-loving Muslims who do not support the Iranians or the Iran's regime's actions. We know that. We absolutely understand that. They all want what we want. They all want what we want. Peace, stability, and the right to live without the fear of oppression. Is that too much to ask? Not at all. But unfortunately, our peace-loving Muslims are being persecuted by a regime that calls us, as in U.S., the great Satan. Y'all have heard that, right? But here's the truth. The current regime is the absolute embodiment of evil. I can't think of any other force, if you want to, I mean, do we want to call it a government? Hardly. Any other regime that does the kind of brutality they do. It's the embodiment of evil, as I said. Their brutality betrays their true nature as the henchmen of Satan. Now, they call us Satan. Let me tell you something. They are the embodiment of the devil and of evil. You know, I've always wondered, there's an old saying in Texas, that's nothing but pure evil. And I'm thinking, how can evil be pure, you know? And I watch what they're doing, I'm thinking, that's evil. I wouldn't call it pure evil, vile even evil is what the regime is doing. So let me just say in closing that I have absolute complete faith that we're standing, y'all are standing, we're all standing on the right side of history. We are in the right place for such a time as this. And I'm honored to be here standing with you. I'm honored that y'all have put forth the work to help a lot of my colleagues understand what's going on, to get them to sign up on this resolution. I'm honored that y'all, too, stand in the gap for our Iranian friends that are over there under the gun and being persecuted, raped, and tortured, some of them killed, put in prison without cause. So I want to say thank y'all. I can't tell you how much I appreciate y'all, your willingness to stand in that gap and to fight for what's right. God bless you all. Thank you very much.